Greetings once again. Chuke here with Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. You know, it's time I start talking about important stuff on this channel. Really important stuff. Like who would win in a fight between a Kodiak brown bear and a Siberian tiger. Now, I'm going to get a lot of flack from this, just like I did with the gorilla, the grizzly bear versus the silverback gorilla. And the gorilla camp guys, you're idiots. You're totally wrong about that. Of course the bear would win. But this is different. This is different. This is going to be a fight to the death, and the grizzly bear is going to be fighting for its life. This is a much fairer, closer fight. A lot of people have requested that I talk about this. A lot of you aren't going to like my answer to it. So we got to clear up some things. When we're talking about Kodiak brown bear, and I don't know why all these people said I was the biggest idiot for saying that there was a 500-pound silverback gorilla or 600-pound. That was in the zoo. They don't get that big in the wild. They're like 350 pounds. But in the zoo, they get really big and obese, and there's big gorillas. Now, Kodiak brown bears top off at 1,500 pounds. And that's not in a zoo. That's a wild animal just going around eating things. They get huge. Now, the Kodiak brown bear is different than a grizzly bear. It's different than the Alaskan brown bear. It's biologists have made it a subset. It's a more ancient grizzly bear, brown bear, that lives on Kodiak Island, and maybe a fognac. The skull is different. They're much larger. It's pretty much the top predator on the planet, I feel. So we also have to talk about temperament, okay? You could say, oh, Chuke, you're an idiot. You know, we've seen these pictures of polar bears and brown bears being chased off by one little dog. Yeah, that's true. There's also a video out there on YouTube that you can search where, some Bengal tigers are in a cage and they put a goat in it, and the goat kicks at them and chases them around, there were some skittish tigers. So there's skittish bears and there's skittish tigers. I'm not talking about the skittish ones. I'm talking about the mean ones. We've all seen the videos of the black bear that's scared off by the little house cat or little dog. You know, there's been brown bears that have been scared off by a few dogs. I'm talking about the mean ones. There are mean grizzly Kodiak brown bears that are the top apex predator out there, and they will not be skittish of anything. They will eat and kill anything they come across. They're angry, they're mean, and they're not the skittish ones. Okay, there's different personality types. That's what you guys don't realize. When you come to bears, there's a whole spectrum of personalities. There's a skittish bear. He could be a huge brown bear, but he's skittish and he'll run away from people. And then you got the mean male Kodiak brown bear that doesn't care about anything. He knows he's the king of the world, and he's just going to go around killing things. Okay, so I'm talking about the meanest, biggest Kodiak brown bear, which we're talking 1,500 pounds, which is going to double the weight of the mean biggest Siberian tiger. They're like 400 to 700 pounds, maybe a little more. But so we're going to talk about the biggest, baddest Siberian tiger, 700 pounds, versus the biggest, baddest Kodiak brown bear, which is 1,500 pounds. All right, let's go through the specs. Now, I got this from the interwebs, and people argue about, how true some of these are. But the first thing we're going to talk about is the bite force in PSI. Pounds per square inch or whatever. The Siberian tiger's bite force supposedly is 1,000 PSI. The Kodiak brown bear, I saw reports listed it as 930, but also 1,160. I'm going to go with that. I think that the Kodiak brown bear has an equal bite force to the Siberian tiger, but probably a little bit bigger. It's got bigger muscles, especially the 1,500 pound one. It's going to have a bigger bite force than the Siberian tiger. We've talked about the weight. A lot of people will say, but Siberian tigers eat black bears. In Russia, when there were still Siberian tigers up there, black bears consisted of 8% of their diet. When there wasn't a lot of game animals, they would even hunt brown bears and kill brown bears. I don't know if that's been substantiated. I will say that that's possible. Of course they eat black bears. Brown bears eat black bears. That's widely known. It happens all the time. Brown bears also eat brown bears. So what's your point if you're going to say the Siberian tigers hunt the brown bears? They're probably hunting, it's probably 2 or 3 tigers on a brown bear, and of course it's going to win. Of course, 2 tigers could kill 1 brown bear, but the Kodiak brown bear is different than the typical Siberian brown bear, which might be about the same weight of a Siberian tiger. In some cases, it might be 700-800 pounds, you know, maybe 1,000 pounds, but Kodiak brown bear, 1,500 pounds. I'm just going to call it right now. There's no way the top Siberian tiger, meanest one, is going to kill the meanest Kodiak brown bear. It could be close though. I mean, if the Kodiak brown bear wins, it's going to be by a slim margin. You know, I'm calling it 55% of the time the brown bear will win. People claim that the tiger is smarter. Not true. The tiger has more instinct. It's more of a killer. Well, not even more of a killer. Not the brown bear just kill everything. The Siberian tiger has more instinct. The brown bear is much more clever. It's smarter. The brown bears, they open car doors. You know, my buddy had this vat of oil on his porch, and the bear figured out how to twist it off. You know, and they can learn machinery. They're smarter. They can ride a bicycle. I haven't seen a tiger ride a bicycle. Anyways, the bear is smarter, so that's not true. Now, the cat will be faster. The tiger is going to be faster. Its claws and its teeth are going to be a little sharper. You know, some people are saying that the canines are longer. That's not going to be true with the Kodiak brown bear. It's going to have bigger canines, but the tigers will be sharper. But the number one and the biggest advantage that the tiger would have is its rear claws, because cats, when they fight, they'll rake with the rear claws. Bears don't do that as much. And then the agility. The tiger is going to have the agility. You know, they typically get on top of their prey and try to break its neck and get those incisors right in the jugular, right, bite the neck and don't let go. Now, that's going to be a problem with the Kodiak brown bear, isn't it, Tiger Camp, Tiger fanboys? Because of all the fat and all the fur on that brown bear's neck. That tiger is going to have a heck of a time holding it. The brown bear's stronger. You know, pound for pound, I think that the tiger is stronger, but it's fighting an animal twice its size. So the brown bear, it's not going to let the tiger just get on its back. It's going to try to flip it and do whatever it can. For a while, I thought that these brown bears are just going to be too lumbering and slow like giant sloths. And I started watching videos of brown bear fights. You know, when black bears fight, they're a little more active. They're just freaking out, and they'll go for a long time. They'll go for minutes just trying to flip each other around and just actively fighting fast. Tiger obviously is going to fight really fast, but the brown bear will get tired out a little faster. But if you watch some of these videos of brown bears fighting, they can go for a while and dynamic. They can run 40, 45 miles an hour. I don't think they're as fast as a tiger, definitely not, but they would win. Now, of course, these animals typically wouldn't fight each other if they countered each other in the wild. There, you know, some reports saying that the tigers hunted the bears if they were starving. That could be possible. I mean, they would have to be pinned in together like in a Roman arena to get them to fight, because the tiger's going to probably freak out the brown bear, and the brown bear is going to definitely freak out the tiger. But I don't know, because I'm also talking about the king of the woods here in Alaska, the big Kodiak brown bear. So the brown bear is going to do crushing damage with its front paws, big old claws. The tiger's got thinner skin, so just a few hits, it's going to be hurt bad. And then once the brown bear gets its teeth in it, you know, it's going to be over for the tiger possibly. But then while it's killing the tiger is going to be able to do a lot of damage with those claws on the bear. But then the bear's got a thicker armor than the tiger, doesn't it? So I don't know. You tell me. This is going to be another internet fight here, but I'm calling it Kodiak brown bear. Regular size 700-pound brown bear? No, that would lose against a 700-pound Siberian tiger, but 1,500-pound Kodiak brown bear will crush a Siberian tiger and win by a little bit. It's going to be a pretty even fight. Either animal could die in some cases. I could be wrong, but I believe that the brown bear would win. So let the argument begin. What do you guys think? It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
Outdoor adventure. No!